Hey there, folks. It is I, the great and powerful Tyler. So it is Memorial Day morning. We had a good walk yesterday and just general fun shenanigans. But it's time for me to do some chores this morning. So what I'm going to be doing, I guess, is I'm going to try to fix our tub. As you might have seen from a video that we did previously, when we'll link it below, there was a bunch of mold growing in the cracks where the sealant and the caulk around the tub, where the tub meets the wall where it failed. So there was water getting in there and mildew and mold growing. Erica bleached out all of the mold and killed it, so that's cool, that's good. And now I'll be going behind her and I will be filling up the cracks as best as I can with some waterproof clear caulk. I haven't taken a look at the tub too close yet. I may have to scrape off some of the caulk that's already there in places. It looks like they used kind of a weird caulk that's not, it looks super chalky for some reason. Erica just turned on the light, so that's why I suddenly look like an angel. But anyhow, so I may have to scrape some of it off. It's a weird type of caulk that I'm not sure how well it'll mix together, but at the very least, even if I don't scrape any of it off, I can fill in the cracks that are there, and hopefully that will help solve some of the mold problems in the future. So guys, let's go take a look at this wonderful problem that we are having. Alright guys, so this is the bathtub that you should be familiar with. It looks much better since there isn't any of the black mold in it. However, and it looks good on first glance, but when you take a look in the corners, you can definitely see that the bathtub is separating from the wall, and that's where that water gets in and all that nasty mold starts growing. And that's that famous corner. There's no huge crack in it, so I'm not sure why it gets so bad. It does get bad. And then as you can see around the edges, it's just whatever they used is super chalky. It's like, usually I think of like a silicone caulk that is the waterproof timed, and I don't think that they used a waterproof caulk on this tub. I think that they just kind of used whatever they had available at the moment, and I think that as soon as the water started hitting it, it started dissolving, because there definitely isn't as thick of a coat around there as it should be. We'll try scraping some of this off in places and we'll just see kind of what happens. Alright, so I started peeling some of it away from the wall. And there you can kind of see it there, focus. It's kind of nasty. There's definitely mold growing on the inside of it. Yeah, it's kind of pretty nasty. I don't really have a good scraper here, so I'm just kind of doing what I can. And I may be hurting it more than helping it. I think I may actually stop because I don't think it's working that well. But if we kind of peel some of this junk away. Oh man. Focus. Yeah, that's the moldy caulk that's growing there. Well guys, I'm not really sure what to do with this, because that's a fairly thick gap. That's probably 1/4 of an inch. Let's see if we can flip you guys around. There you go. That's the gap that I have to fill all the way around this bathtub, and I don't know if right now I have enough caulk for it. I'm not sure if the apartment complex will be happy with the workmanship that I will attempt to do around the outside edge. So give me a minute. So I decided that I'm gonna go with the more short-term fix. I'm just gonna caulk the parts that are cracking, caulk over it to see if I can get a waterproof seal on it so that no water gets behind it and the mold starts growing. If this doesn't work, then next time, and hopefully it'll be after we move out and it'll be someone else's problem. But next time, if it does happen again and Erica wants me to redo it, then I'll go through and I'll strip off the caulk, kind of like you saw me do just now, around it all, and I'll reseal it all. But for right now, because we don't really have enough caulk, I don't think, to go around the whole outside edge, and also like, it's not too bad in some places. It's really just a couple cracks here and there where the mold actually starts growing. So I think if I can fill in those cracks, hopefully it'll be better. So we're gonna, before we go all the way and do a complete redoing of it all, I'm just going to try the quick fix first. There's no sense in tearing down the house if you can just renovate the kitchen. So that's what I'm gonna start doing right now. This is what we will be using. I'm sorry, it's upside down. Oh well. Eric will figure it out. The camera is, at least. This is what we'll be using. It is a waterproof seal adhesive caulk. It goes on clear. We got it from Walmart. It was like $4. I think it has enough based on the thickness of the bead that we'd have to use. If I were to want to redo the entire bathtub, it would get about halfway around the bathtub. That's based on my rough calculations. So this is what we'll be using. It's got a cap on it, so hopefully we can save some of it. But anyway, you just snip off this end. Usually you're supposed to have like a caulk gun. It helps things go a lot faster, but I don't feel like using one right now, so we're just gonna squeeze it out like a tube of toothpaste, kind of is what we're gonna be going for here. So let's do it. I feel like I could be a doctor circumcising babies with my skills in snip snip. Boom. It has been snipped by Dr. Tyler. I'm gonna hang up on you guys and do this, but what I'll be doing is I'll just be going all the way around it wherever there's cracks. So I'm gonna do that now. Alright guys, we're partway done. Here's an update. We got about right there right now. Is it a professional job? Maybe. I don't know. Is it a little bit rough in some places? Yeah. But the idea is not to make it look super pretty. The idea is to make it so that we can make it out of his apartment without more mold growing. If we need to redo it, we will. So it's just kind of sitting there and we're gonna see if it works, and if it doesn't, we'll redo it or we'll get someone else to redo it. And I kind of decided that we'd go around the whole outside, at least as far as we could, because this is mostly where the big cracks are. It's like all along this area. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna at least go to there, and if we have enough, we'll continue on throughout the rest. So yeah, partway done update. It's going fairly decently so far, and we're gonna keep doing it. All right, folks, I went around the entire outside in that corner as best as I could. To start out, I mean, I got it pretty good in that crack, and I covered up all the spots that needed to be covered up. It's a little bit blotchy on this side because I learned that while you go, you want to keep an even squeeze on the bottle to keep an even bead, and you want to go at a consistent pace and not pause, so that way it doesn't bead up in any one spot. That's what happened kind of there, is I did dollops at a time, versus over here where I just kept it going at a constant pace. But so anyway, I'm going to go along the outside and just make sure there's no big gaps. Like right there, I think there's some gaps that I need to go over again. But that's pretty much it. Just went along it all and got it as best as I could, and we'll see if we'll do a checkup in 48 hours. It says that it takes 36 to dry, but we're gonna give it 48 before we expose it to water or moisture of any kind. But hopefully this will help that mold problem that Erica had to take care of before. So yeah, cool. We'll catch up with you guys in a bit then. Hey there folks, it's now been over 48 hours, so we're gonna check on that bathtub and see if it's all set. Here it is. It went on clear, so it looks like there's still cracks there. However, I just checked it and it is all sealed. So that's pretty good. I'm a little bit concerned at this spot right here because although we didn't do any water or anything in the shower, there is some water there, and it doesn't look like it has solidified all the way, but I don't know that it will because it's been over 48 hours. Anyway, around the rest of it, it's all sealed and it's all hard. So, looks like a job well done for now. Hopefully it hangs on. And that concludes this video of fixing stuff up. Hope you guys are doing well, and we'll see you next time.